Hello friends, welcome to the Cyprus Cricket TV Kypros Cricket Weekly, powered by Harikari, Baba Financial and Chatwell. I'm Roshan, with me, President of Cyprus Cricket Federation, Mr. Mohammad Hussain. Hello sir, welcome to the program.
Hello, Roshan. Thank you very much.
It was a very busy week. We have to talk a lot of things in cricket, what was happened in Cyprus past week. How was your week?
Yeah, as you said, pretty busy. Quite a few things happened this last week. We had a training camp for the men's national team, plus a few training days for the women's national team as well. And we had arranged a 5 days training camp for young cricketers as well. So pretty busy week this last week, and I'm really thankful to Richard Cox, who's based in Birmingham and who helped us every now and then. He has been helping us for more than 2 decades now, in whatever way he can. So let's hear from him what he has to say about the past week.
Richard, thank you for coming over to Cyprus. How was your time in Cyprus?
Hi, Mohammed. Yeah, it's great to be back again. Always a pleasure to come here and see Cyprus cricket continue to develop. And this trip has probably been one of the more significant trips that I've been on in quite a while, actually, because it's encompassed so many things. Traditionally, I've been involved with the men's national team, which obviously has been a big part of this trip, but also the expansion into the potential of a youth academy program and the women's game has really made the trip quite broad-ranging and allowed us to see how it's going. Starting with the youth training camp, I guess, is that we were delighted to have 12 youngsters from the programme sign up for a 5-day camp up at Ipsinus every morning, starting at 8 in the morning with breakfast ready to go for them and into the day. Covered a number of skills and drills with them, and of course, as kids love to have a game, which we did every day, and I hope that will be the catalyst for more to come to the next one and the future of a potential academy, of course, in some time, and the plan of a 5-step process to eventually have some elite players. So that was brilliant. Thoroughly enjoyed those mornings. But then I suppose the second venture and change is towards the women's game that's started to emerge here in the last 12, 18 months. And that's the advent of a group of female cricketers, predominantly from a Sri Lankan background, have started to form the women's team. And I had the privilege of working with them on Saturday afternoon for 3 hours, doing some fielding drills with them and some bowling work with them as well out in the middle here that you can see behind me. Super enthusiastic group of young females. Not everyone was here because some are away for the Easter break, and huge potential there from the captain through to the enthusiasm of all of the rest of the players in Risha, who leads the team and leads it in every way, I have to say, in her skills, her ability and her knowledge of the game is going to be a real boost for Cyprus women's cricket. And I'm sure they're looking forward immensely to the upcoming opposition, which is Estonia in late June. And the third area, of course, has been one of our priorities this year, which is what you can see going on behind me, which is the final game of a elite men's training camp, where we've been here for Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and finishing off here Monday with a group of training sessions on Friday, training again on the Saturday with a training game and drills and skills. And then here today, you can see what is the culmination of some T20 match play cricket for the national championships. And I suppose the significance of that is that we are selecting the T20 and the T10 teams for their forthcoming internationals against Estonia, which we're looking forward to because Estonia men and women are visiting here, which is a first, I think, for Cyprus cricket to have a men's and women's team visiting together. So we've finished off here. As you can see, the sun is beginning to fade in the day, watching the final throws of a very close game, but also having had the privilege of spending 2 or 3 hours sifting through probably about 48 names, I think I counted, to 2 squads that we hope will be announced in the near future. So it's been a really really fantastic weekend, and we look forward to the next stages of the visit to Estonia and, of course, the development of the youth game.
Okay, now it's time to talk men's cricket. We had a 340-over game and two T20 games, and also Cyprus National Champion League was started. So first of all, I would talk about 40-over game. First game, Amdocs versus Markur. Amdocs batted first. They scored 200 all out, 31 overs. In reply, Marco managed to achieve their target within 30.2 overs. Marco won by 3 wickets. Second game, Black Caps versus Kypros Tigers. Black Caps batted first. They scored 316 all out, 36.2 overs. In reply, Kypros Tigers managed only to score 66 all out, 13.5 overs. Black Caps won by 215 massive runs. So third game, Amdocs versus Akroturi, is a very thrilling end. Amdocs batted first. They scored 206 for 9 loss in their 40 overs. In reply, Akroturi managed to achieve their target, 39.4 overs and 9 wicket loss. So Akroturi won by thrilling 1 wicket. So now it's time to talk about T20 domestic tournament. We had a 2 T20 game, Nicosia Tigers versus Rifles. Tigers batted first. They scored 172 for 3 loss. In reply, Rifles only managed to score 103 all out in their 20 overs. Tigers won by 69 runs. Second game was happened, Cyprus Knight Riders versus Nicosia Fighters. Cyprus Knight Riders batted first. They scored 175 for 9 loss. In reply, Nicosia Fighters managed to score 117 all out in their 20 overs. Cyprus Knight Riders won by 58 runs. Okay, let's move to National Champion League tournament. First game, Limassol Muflons versus Muflons. Limassol Muflons batted first. They scored only 110 for 8 loss. In reply, Muflons achieved their target, 15.3 overs. Muflons won by 4 wickets. Second game, Sri Lankan Lions versus Limassol Muflons. Sri Lankan Lions batted first. They scored 166 for 7. In reply, Limassol Muflons only managed to score 101 all out, 17.1 overs. Sri Lankan Lions won by 65 runs. Third game, Muflons versus Sri Lankan Lions. Muflons batted first. They scored only 128 for 128 all out in 19 overs. In reply, Sri Lankan Lions managed to achieve their target, 17.1 overs, and that game Sri Lankan Lions won by 6 wickets. Okay, let's talk about past week highlights.
Yeah, let's start with 40-over cricket. Amdocs versus Markur was the first game last week in the 40-over cup. Prince scored 63 for Amdocs. Salman got 4 wickets for Markur, although Hitesh got 3 wickets for Amdocs, but it was Zishan Ahmed who scored a very valuable 80 runs for Markur and helped them win an important win. Most probably that will help them qualify for the semi-finals of the 40-over competition. The other game that took place on Saturday was Black Caps against Kypros Tigers. Very one-sided game. Mangala scored a 50, Chandana scored a 50, Manzoor got 5 wickets, and Black Caps had an easy win against Kypros Tigers. But the third game that took place in the 40-over competition was really an interesting one, a very exciting game. I went to the last over. And all credit to both the teams basically for putting together a great show. Both teams were missing quite a lot of key players. But Hitesh again was in runs, 56 runs. Jevin, who's usually known for his powerful hitting, bowled 8 overs for 21 runs. So well done to Jevin. Great bowling from him. Gaurav got 5 wickets for MDocs. But it was Josh Rikes who scored 70 and Sam Warren who scored 77 not out. And they helped actually pull off a great win in the last over with only 1 wicket in hand. Well done to Equatorial, their first 40-over win this year. They had a very close game against Mahor earlier in the season, but I think they'll cherish this win for sure. In T20, I think only 2 games took place because of the weather. And Cyprus Knight Riders registered another win. Rehan scored 62 for fighters. Johnny and Minhaj took 4 wickets each. But Alamgir, the captain of Cyprus Knight Riders, got 3 for 24. And he supported Russell very well, who got 5 wickets for 18 runs. So well done to Knight Riders. Another good win for them. One Rifles, good to see them back again in action after some time. They were playing at home against Nicosia Tigers, and good to see Roman scoring a 50 and Ashish scoring 47 not out. Williams bowled well, his 4 overs, he conceded only 17 runs, got a wicket. Although in reply, Ribeiro from One Rifles scored 34, but it was a very tall task for them. Masoom got 3 for 8 for Nicosia Tigers, and Tahmidur got 1 for 13 of his 4 overs. So in the end, really an easy win for Nicosia Tigers. So yeah, we'll move on to the National T20 Championship. The first game was between Mouflons and Limassol Mouflons, an easy win for Mouflons in the game. A very low scoring game. Taranjit bowled well, Karan bowled well. Taranjit got 2 wickets for 4 runs. Karan got 2 wickets for 18 runs. And then Taranjit scored 21 of only 8 balls. And I think Limassol Mouflons never recovered from that loss. And Sri Lankan Lions registered an easy win against them as well in the next game. Taranga scored 60, Sadun scored 24. And I think it was Nazrul who got 2 for 22 for Limassol Mouflons, but Roshan yourself got 3 wickets for 12, and Ravindu got 2 for 13. And in the end, an easy win for Sri Lankan Lions Limassol. The last game of the day was between Mouflons and Sri Lankan Lions. I expected a more closer game, but in the end, it was Sri Lankan Lions who had an easy win. Thanks to Hardeep and Lovedeep, who scored 21 and 25 respectively, Mouflons managed to put together some target to defend, but I think Sri Lankan Lions, I think it wasn't really a tall task for them. Ravindu got 5 wickets, Mangala got 2 wickets, but then Taranga and Akila really took the game away from Mouflons. A very good opening partnership. Taranga is scoring 35, Akila 47, and Mangala just finishing off with 22. Although Tiwari did his best, he got 4 wickets for 6 runs in his 4 overs, but 130 runs, not a very big target, really. But the people who impressed me really were Taranga. He scored consistently throughout the day, but it was really bowlers who dominated the day. Ravindu, Buddhika, they impressed for Sri Lankan Lions and Limassol Mouflons. Nazrul as well, who impressed for Limassol Mouflons, but it was the left arm Karan who really did well, and he is someone that we should keep an eye on for future. So yeah, good to see so many national team eligible players performing on the day, and some good performances.
I know this is a difficult question for you. What was the performance of the week?
Yeah, certainly it was. I mean, you cannot say someone really did outstanding this week. There were very good performances throughout the week. We saw quite a few 5 wickets haul as well. We saw Taranga scoring quite a few runs. We saw Zishan scoring 80 not out, Roman scoring a 50. But I would say, I think it was, for me, it was the game of the week, really, between MDocs and Acritary. A very good game, and eventually, I mean, Acritary winning by 1 wicket. So I would say, for me, it was the game of the week, Acritary and MDocs.
Okay. Did you notice any talking point last week?
We had a national team fitness session as well, and I would encourage the national team players to work on their fitness. Although the results that we have received shows improvement as compared to the fitness test that we conducted on the national team players 3 months ago, but still there's a long way to go, and I would encourage them to work on their fitness.
Okay. Now it's time to preview next week.
So next week we'll continue with our T20 Cup and 40 over Cup. We have 2 games next week. But big week next week. Mouflons playing Punjab Lions, and if Mouflons win, then it's
All eyes on that match,
eyes on
especially in the Sri Lankan Lions.
yes, exactly. So if Mouflons wins against Punjab Lions, Mouflons and Sri Lankan Lions will go through to the quarterfinals from that group. So that's a very key game next week. Plus, Nicosia Tigers and MDocs are playing next week, and Telugu 11 will be watching quite anxiously as well. So that's a big game, and I think Royal and Markhor are playing next week as well. So that's a big game in that group as well. So exciting cricket next week, and I hope we get some close finishes, and may the best team win and qualify for the quarterfinals. Apart from that, Saturday youth cricket returns. We had a 1 week break because of the Orthodox Easter holidays, so we'll restart with Saturday cricket next week. But the most exciting news most probably will be the announcement of the men's national team squad for the T20I and ECI T10 games against Estonia in June. So hopefully selectors will be announcing the squad next week, and as I know, it will be quite exciting to learn about it, because there are a few surprises as well. And we are trying to give chance to some new players in ECI T10 games, and let's see. Let's wait for the news.
Okay, that's for today. We will back in big time. Before we conclude the program, I would love to thank our main sponsors, Harikari, Babu Financial and Chartwell, and also President of Cyprus Cricket Federation, Mr. Mohammed Hussain. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Roshan.
And also our director, Kamal. Thank you very much. We will back in big time. Till then, be safe, enjoy, play cricket. Goodbye.